Angeles Rams, taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense. And some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Taken in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll try and start this drive in the air. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
It's a gain of 7.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Sony Michel, his first carry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
On the carry.
The numbers a week ago for Michel. 19 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for, and it's 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's out to his running back, Michel. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground is Michel. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And a 49er first down.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First and goal.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. yards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This one we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal.
The field goal, a 21-yard attempt.
They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Rams offense ready. They're backed up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. In the beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll drop this one down to Freeman, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Wilson's pass.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Niners will go on offense
At their own
1st and 10. An update from Denver. It's the Raiders with the early lead over the Broncos. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
George Kittle, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Michelle. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
The 30-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Fred Warner in on
the run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 30.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman.
Wilson's pass.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Quick pass to Cup. And he's got this down to the 35. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We're scoreless after 1. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced a dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Samson Abukum. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now the 2nd down throw on target. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So here are the Rams to take over. They're in the driver's seat right now, and they were winners last week over the Seattle Seahawks, so trying to keep that momentum moving in the positive direction. Eluding the pressure right. They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
32-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson, flush to his right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
First down and goal.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25.
Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore. Or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Wilson. He'll get this with the Kupp complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
First and
from the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Akers. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
The 23-yard line.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On third down, here's a run by Akers. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. In trouble, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's third down.
For Deebo Samuel.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Holding at the 24. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return.
their own.
L.A. set to take over again on offense.
You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will do it for this. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Mitch Wishnowski to kick.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Wilson on first down. Open man, Higby, the tight end. Given 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. On first down, Akers, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
He's brought down at the 20.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Akers again the ball carrier. Taken down at the 19.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
3rd and 6.
From the gun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
And his kick is indeed good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game.
16. 49ers nothing.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Michel. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Again, it's Michel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Michel on the carry.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming in.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That'll be caught by Cup. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cooper Cup, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Rams offense cashes in for 6. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. At each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
San Francisco.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, Michel. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Terrell Lewis in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Roughing the passer, defense. Come on, baby, we got to do it, John. We got to do it.
Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Following the penalty, Michel. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They'll fire this deep for Ayuk. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball with a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Now a run with Akers. And they'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situation.
Ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Brings up 2nd.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The Niners on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A 1st down and then some. 36 yards.
A gain of
defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
a 7-yard pickup.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
It's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 27.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
You can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We worked a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Devontae Freeman. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys continue to pour it on. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Fielded in the end zone.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the 49er.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 25-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended receiver, Sony Michel, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big game downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches, to be honest, don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
49ers.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Marcel Darius flies in at 331 pounds for the sack. Now that after the sack,